If you had the special power of giving instant orgasms, how would you use the power? Let's have a look. This should be interesting, this one. I'd go to as many sporting events as possible, bet on the underdog, and cause the other team to lose at every possible chance of scoring. Bro, my finger gun would be more like a finger machine gun. Shoot myself in the mirror. Oh, smart. There we go. I would keep the power a secret until I saw my wife have an exceptionally hard day. I'd make her dinner, something new, and on her first bite, pew pew. Then, after dinner, I'd run her a bath and use those relaxing eye cover things that girls like. Play some soft music, pew pew. Then, I'd give her a massage, feet first, pew pew, then her shoulders, pew pew. Then, after that, offer her a glass of wine, and after we've inevitably drank half a bottle each, we'd move to the bedroom, and once she lays down, I'd give her a double pew pew. Your wife is a lucky person. At that point, she'd be relaxed, exhausted, and pass out. Then I could finally make some progress in Bioshock on the Switch. These are going to be great. I'd use it to condition people to be aroused by inanimate objects. Every time my enemy went to the fridge, pew pew. Guy cuts me off in traffic, and now every time a car honks, he gets turned on. Oh, that would be so bad. My new greeting is the double finger gun and a pew pew pew. Oh, Mr. Dickchuck says, look out Walmart. Oh no. The coronavirus pandemic would be the least of the world's concerns. I would say hands up or have an orgasm. They'd be confused and I'd repeat the line again, and if they didn't put their hands up, I'd give them an orgasm. Oh, rob a bank and immediately neutralize the guards and tellers. Pew pew pew. Butthole Spiders says, now this is an idea that gives me interest. Clarification, do I need to be physically near the person, or are we working with Death Note rules and I can do so just by seeing someone on TV? Because if that's the latter, the next Olympics is going to be hilariously entertaining. Oh, that's good. Nowhere Man says, I'm going to make it fun to go to the opera again. Oh yes, very good. When I'm in a heated confrontation with someone strong, I'll just use it and I'll instantly be at an advantage. Either that, or I'll be forced to use it if I struggle in the bedroom. Anytime a cop pulls me over, of course. Sir, do you know why I pulled you over? No sir, not at all. Points? Well, you can go now. Quickly runs to his car. With total irresponsibility is how Jackson would use this superpower. Hilarious. I would go to every political rally I could. Oh, that'd be messed up. I'd point to myself. So anyways, I'd find some way to get on TV, maybe the background of a local news report, point at the camera, then fire. Oh, crikey. How hard do you reckon it is to become the Pope? No matter what, it would be worth it to walk out onto that balcony and address the masses with a single pew. Oh, Spanish for Ham says, I would dress as my favourite hero, Orgasmo, and make a makeshift arm cannon similar to Mega Man and call it the Orgasmo Ray. You thought about this way too much. Thank you very much for my first cold. My dating life would improve drastically. Then again, one date would be a drastic improvement. Oh, Meow Mixed said, the crisp morning air is cut with distant sounds of traffic and the hustle of the city. Aboard the docked USS Arizona, the crowd is settling into their seats below flags, flowers, and the headshot of the leading presidential candidate. The camera tracks a seagull past the ship, through the docks, and to a high-rise building where I slip past security with a briefcase. When the elevator door closes, I shed my street clothes and reveal a skin-tight black catsuit. Opening a hatch atop the elevator, I toss up the briefcase and gracefully pull myself through it. As the elevator continues to climb, I put on sunglasses and a rip-off of the Mission Impossible theme swells. I sneak through elevator shafts and drop into a penthouse apartment in the top floor overlooking the bay. Thousands of yards below, as security details prepares to bring out the president. As he slowly walks up to the ramp in the podium, I take aim with my finger gun. Oh no. Pretending to turn dials and making clicking noises with my mouth. I imagine crosshairs being lowered right on his heart as the crowd erupts in cheers. As I take a deep breath, the camera flips to a frontal shot of the podium. As the president begins to speak, pew. You've overthought that way too much. Incredible. I would probably call my friends to my home, all men, and say to one of them, "Hey, wanna come?" Then I point my finger to him and say, "Pew." Now he is confused and everybody is laughing. Instead of pew, I would PE and stop so they couldn't orgasm multiple times. Then finally let it rep with a pew to finish them off. Oh crikey. Assuming all the orgasm haver needs to do is see and hear the finger guns, I'm getting on TV. Oh hey, local TV station, your viewers are about to have an awesome day. It starts small but quickly spreads to regional and then national affiliates as the footage is linked to a spike in ER visits from elderly citizens with heart conditions. Oh, awful. By the end of the week, my first finger bang is the highest viewed video on Pornhub. CNN runs a story warning of the danger of such power and questions whether I am a friend or foe. I spend some time on the run from the same scientists that saw ET for a time back in the 80s. I'm careful with my power now, but now and again I have to finger bang someone into submission just to escape. My exile from the real world is made worse when trolls across the internet use my first newscast as a new kind of rickroll. That's incredible, a rickroll. uBlock Origin creates a specialized widget that censors my finger blasting so that offices and schools can return to some kind of normalcy. A public health crisis is declared. Desperate for peace, I finger blast myself. The euphoria lasts for 30 minutes. Oh my god. Oh, these are hilarious. I would go back to school to become a therapist specializing in sex and sexuality and use this power as part of the healing process for clients who have difficulty experiencing sexual pleasure due to sexual or psychological trauma, abuse, etc. You got a heart of gold, you? I would go full Gendo Ikari. The Human Orgasmentality Project is go. Giant screens everywhere in the world, a simultaneous broadcast along all places, all nations, pointing my hand at them and saying pew. The whole world melting in a collective orgasm that turns everyone into red goo, and peace will be attained. Crikey. I point at myself constantly. I've never had one and would like to know what they are like. Oh, that's sad. TV news shows just got a lot more interesting, assuming I could point to them on the TV screen and it works. Presidential debates would get a whole lot more interesting. Oh, crikey. Definitely would get a Pavlov thing going with anyone I had a crush on. I would exclusively use it during the acceptance speeches for the Grammys, Oscars, Tony Awards. It would create a terrifyingly amusing Russian roulette type experience where celebs have to risk coming on live TV in order for the world to see them accept their prize. Finally, give a girl an orgasm whilst having sex. Just subtly finger gun when I'm ready. Oh, that's great. I'm a lesbian, so I've had a little bit of practice already. Make the people I hate forever question their sexuality. Oh, strong. I'd go to the UN. Let's be honest, every guy has the morality of Buddha and Jesus combined straight after an orgasm. Just finger bang all the world leaders and get them to calm down. World peace within hours. And hell, I might end up heading home with the Finnish Prime Minister. So I've seriously contemplated this a few years ago, minus the finger guns, as my villainous superpower. My name would be Orgasmo, the villain everyone loves to hate. Convulsed in undulations of torturous ecstasy, Superman realised for the first time he'd never truly lost control. Edit grammar. Dr. Phil, become a sound manager for concerts. Point at the musicians during a performance while they're sorting out why they keep having orgasms. Point at random people in the crowd watching everyone's confused faces. It's a cumpocalypse. Point at individual people and say pew 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 repeatedly until they are overwhelmed and collapse/faint. If I really don't like them, keep going after they have collapsed to see if I can cause heart attack, stroke or other damage. Wow, I got serious. So anyway, I started blasting. I would use it when I'm trying to market my cooking. Strong. Other person, first munch. Me, points finger, pew. Other person, oh god, yes. Me to crowd, and that is how good my hash browns are. I would try to use this power for good. Karen yelling at an employee just trying to do their job, boom, orgasm. Some asshat trying to mug someone on the street, boom, orgasm. Customer trying to argue with me that their product that's been out of warranty for 4 years should be replaced for free, boom, orgasm. Best case scenario, it embarrasses them and they leave their victim alone and or the victim has time to get away. Maybe Karen, the mugger, customer will be nicer now that they finally achieved climax. Worst case scenario, you get to laugh at their O face and make them feel like the garbage people that they are. I'll start a religion that purifies the souls of the sinners. Only the most devoted members will be allowed the purification, which is this entire dramatic sin exorcism that would end in an orgasm. Oh wow. Symbolizing expulsion of sin and pure bliss that the person is left with. Crikey. It would end in me saying, leave this body, sin, I command you, leave this mortal soul. May it be purified, purified, purified. Yes, it's working. You feel it, don't you? Oh my. Come on everyone, join me in the chant. Purify. Also, I kind of want to use the finger gun on animals just to see their confusion, laugh out loud. That's a bit weird. I think that's too much. That's a weird thing to end on. I would use it to give the person I have sex with a guaranteed orgasm. I want to pleasure them as much as they pleasure me. There we go. I feel like doing this without the person's consent is like sexual assault, so I would sell my services. Start cheap until I develop some serious name recognition, then target mostly wealthy women who have difficulty orgasming normally. I'd be like a drug with my rates increasing with demand since supply is limited. I can't imagine any scenario that ends with me not wielding this power tyrannically. I would start attending Trump rallies. They'll be playing the footage of him coming on stage on CNN over and over. Becoming a porn star with this as my symbol gesture. Everyone's going to be like, what's this dude doing? Pew pew. And all the hot girls orgasm like, nah, and hate me for that. With this unholy power, I would become the new god of this world. No government, religion, or organization shall stand before me. Some will love me, some will fear me, that was the other way around, but none will disagree after 7 post-nut clarities. I would use this power to abolish all world orders and remake the world as a utopia, free from all pain and oppression, just with the power of giant nut. This is my wish. Remember that scene from Tales from the Borderlands? The Hyperion janitor would hate me. I'd point it at myself. Saves time masturbating. I'd become Orgasmo. Duh. I'd make people think they just discovered an unfortunate fetish. Standing in line, looking at deli meats? Pew. Almost got hit by a car? Pew. Watching Paw Patrol? Pew. Oh, crikey. When I go to bed, I always am sad my husband isn't going to get a cuddle with me. He works nights and stays up working or gaming, which makes sense. But I would definitely do this to him when I want to go to bed because he is immediately very sleepy after an orgasm. He would totally come cuddle with me, laugh out loud, and a joke, if he starts to get frisky, I'll finger gun / pew without looking up from my phone. Bam, refractory period. I'd use it to artificially improve my apparent sexual prowess and condition any woman I'm with to be turned on by me. Every time I start to orgasm, I'll finger blast her. So she'll start to associate her orgasms with mine and be turned on by the idea of me orgasming. Eventually, it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy, and she'll start orgasming when I start orgasming, even without the finger blast. I'd also have to train myself so I never ever do it without meaning to, like when fidgeting. My fingers are always loaded and should never be pointed at anyone, and I do not intend to give orgasms to. With great power comes great responsibility. What a way to end this video today. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys.